So I just got back from a run, and what I did was I took out a notebook and I wrote some things down based off of the comment that I'm going to share with you guys, because sometimes I read through my comments, and what I've noticed has been a whole bunch of comments that have these stories attached to them that seems to be veiling that your manifestation is already present. And I wanted to take a comment today and break it down, because when I read this comment, I got a inkling from a passage that I read in A Course in Miracles a long time ago. And I don't feel as if we've ever talked about A Course in Miracles on my channel, but this passage I understand so much more now because of this comment. So I'm going to share with you guys the comment and the passage, and I really want to break this down. So there will probably be words on the screen so you guys can follow along. I know you guys like that, and I like that too, because I will be doing a lot of reading. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Autumn, and I'm here to help you assume the position of who it is that you want to be, which is pure consciousness, pure awareness. You are the only thinker in your reality, the only decider, you guys. And maybe this video will help you really truly understand that. So let's get into this video. So we're going to look at lesson 15 from A Course in Miracles, and it's titled, My Thoughts Are Images That I Have Made. And the passage says, it is because the thoughts you think appear as images that you do not recognize them as nothing. You think them, and so you think you see them. This is how your seeing was made. This is the function you have given your body's eyes. It is not seeing, it is image making. It takes the place of seeing, replacing vision with illusions. And I really like this, because when you really just think about what it says, when it says, my thoughts are images that I have made, that is true. Your thoughts are creating an image and it's projecting out. And sometimes the thoughts that you are thinking are not even the truth about who it is, who you are. And what you're doing is you're projecting something that you're feeling out about yourself, or even a story that you have made up, which created an illusion of non-fulfillment. Because all there is perfection. All there is perfect seeing, and there's only fulfillment. There's only fulfillment. And when you think that you are not, that in itself is an illusion. And when you think that you are not, then you create stories around being someone who is not. So I really want to get into this comment from this subscriber, and then we're going to parallel the two together. So I'll put the comment up on the screen so you guys can see it. And the comment says, I want to be able to manifest my SP, but the problem is I am not able to decide if whether I want a girlfriend-boyfriend relationship with him or marriage. I am afraid if I will not manifest marriage with him, he will get married to someone else, or maybe his family will force him to marry another girl. So right now I want a relationship, but not specifically sure because of my fear of what I will not manifest marriage with him right now. He will get married to someone else. And when you really look at that comment, what is that story? The story is of someone who is not. Because when you start off and you're saying the problem, you are putting the story there. Because the only thing that really woke me up with this comment was the I am not. And so when you are saying I am not, that's what you put on there, I am not. You are already creating a story of someone who is not. But remember, I am implies everything, that you are the creator of everything, that everything that you have is within you. There's only yes here. There's only yes. So if you look at the story that this commenter was telling, what the story was, the story didn't matter. There was only these statements about herself that was in the story. And some of the statements were, I am not, I am afraid, I will not manifest marriage with him. Maybe his family will force him to marry another girl. And then because you know that this is the story that you're veiling yourself, you get involved in the story, you believe inwardly the story, but your story is because of my fear of what I will not manifest. So you always know the truth. You always know why you are seemingly not getting your manifestation. And it's only with what you think you are not, or what you think you don't have, something that you think you lack. Remember, the images or the stories, these stories that you are creating, you're the one that's putting them there. And when they manifest, you're like, oh, I knew that that would manifest, or that is, of course, that will manifest. I knew that was going to manifest, but you put that there. Listen, I am only knows fulfillment. So it only is the beginning and the end. So it is the intention and it is the manifestation. It is not the storyline. I am is the only story. So when you are thinking that you are not, I am not always has a story as to why they are not or why they cannot have. So when you think about it, your thoughts are creating the images. Your thoughts are creating the images and you believe them in. And it does, and sometimes your thoughts will create images, yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you believe them inwardly to be true. But when you constantly tell the story as if you are not the source, I am not the source, I am afraid, and you're only afraid of your thoughts, you're only afraid of the perception that you are not. So it's never about what you are not getting or what you're upset about. You're upset about the perception, the misperception that you have of yourself. And your thoughts are what are creating the images that you are pushing out to confirm that thought that you are not. But you always are, because like I said, you are everything, and everything exists right here and now with you being the I am. But you can have an experience that veils over I am by saying I am not. So you will create circumstances, and you will create them somehow. That's what we all do when we think we are not the source of our lives. We have a storyline of someone who is not, and then whether it's with SP, whether it's with money, whether it's with whatever it is, we are bringing the images. The thought is creating the image, and we are buying into them. We are believing them inwardly, and when we believe them inwardly, they push out. So if this were to push out, which this is something that's not even happening currently, this is something that you are projecting. But I want you guys to see what you are necessarily projecting about yourself, not projecting about a story, but what you are projecting about yourself. Because like I said, her story is I am not. You believe in something other than you that has the power to decide for you. You're believing that your thoughts are the end all be all, but thoughts are just thoughts. And when you decide to not mingle with them, decide to not buy into them, to decide that regardless of what thoughts and feelings occur, that thoughts and feelings at the end of the day don't matter. It is when you, as the source, buy into a thought, a belief about yourself that there's a reality where you can't have what you want, and you believe that more than the source, the power behind it all, I am, then of course you manifest many stories which will show you that you are not. So if you think about this, you could say, let's say that you are living a story of lack, or you're believing in lack. You could say, my thoughts about lack are what's creating the images in my life, or my thoughts about being broke are what's creating the image of being broke in my life. But you, as the I am, what are you putting your conscious and awareness of being? Either you are, or you're not. But there are not two. There's only one. You could just have the experience of not having everything or not being the all. Remember what Lester Levinson says, there's nothing that you can do about being the all. You can only look away from it. So you're not really afraid of your thoughts or anything like that. You're afraid that there's two when there's only one. There's only one power. There's only one power, and you have to be aware that you are that power. And what you are lighting up on the screen of space within you, with your thoughts, with with your image making, is what you are projecting out. Okay? And the story itself doesn't matter. You see, we create stories based off of what we think we are or what we think we are not. All you need to know is if you want a relationship with your specific person or money or whatever this goes for, you are called to believe that you have it. You are called to believe when you desire a state to be in or something that you want to perceive. Your only desire, when you desire something, that means that you have it. You are called to have it. You're not called to perceive some big story as around as to why not. You're not called to look at the circumstances. You're not called to project any circumstances. The only thing is the beginning and the end. So that means I am, and then whatever you place on that. And it doesn't have to have a story to to make it make sense. But you're called to always claim fulfillment, you guys. You're always called to claim fulfillment. And it doesn't matter what your 3D circumstances look like as long as you move inwardly. I remember Neville had a story, he told a story about, when you put on new shoes, when you buy your new shoes, you put them on, that they're new, but the person beside you, they don't know that your shoes are new. So only you know that you've had the inner movement. You don't need the 3D to show you something for you to know that you're the all. You know that you've moved states. You know that you've decided something differently. You know that you decide that whatever thought you're creating now is making an image for you to play out now. And that's why it's always now. That's why it's always now. That's literally why it's always now. It's never in the future, it's now. But if you're projecting the story of I am not, you see that you'll run around for years and years and years off of a story that never was even there. The story never even existed. Your manifestation was always present. And all you need to know about is the fact that you want to be in a relationship with this person. So you drop the story and only know fulfillment that you guys are in a relationship. And that's all that you're perceiving right now, is you being in the relationship with the person, not the story of, oh, marriage and all that. All you need to know is that, yes, we're in a relationship, and yes, it's going my way because I've decided as the source that I am the one power, that I am the only power, and there's only yes. There is only yes, you guys. So if you're saying that you believe that, his family will force him to do that or whatever it is, then that is your belief in your world, in your reality. That is what you are projecting out, that because of the image that you are creating with that. And because you believe in fear, or you believe that there's non-fulfillment when there's only fulfillment, you guys. So you don't always have to have a story as to why there's not, because the story is what keeps you going and spinning in circles. It's only, I already have. I'm called to believe that I have, and so I have. I intend, and then I have. I'm fulfilled. You fulfill yourself within. You give yourself the thoughts. You give yourself the thoughts that you desire. You give yourself the images that you desire. We're image making here. We're imagining. We're imagining inward, and we're pushing it out through us. So, especially for the things that have not even collapsed yet, if you're projecting I am not, you're going to buy into a story that makes you, or confirms the fact in your reality that you are not, because that's what you want to see. But you can see anything that you want to see. You can perceive anything that you want to see. But the only thing is, you're not mad about or fearful of a circumstance outside of you. You are fearful that you believe that there's someone that can oppose you. It's just you. This is your simulation. This is your world. You are one of many. You're one of many, having an experience of many. You don't have to carry this thought form to the next moment, to the next moment, to the next moment. All you need is a perception change, which A Course in Miracles talks about that a lot. And maybe we'll go more into that, but all you're requiring is a perception change that I am the source. And there is no other person that can decide for me. I get to decide. I get to choose. And this is total repentance, is to turn away from what you think is, and to go higher, to call yourself up to a higher level, to experience yourself at a higher level. And if you're already having fear about something, you're only fearing something because it's not true. The fear is showing you it's not true about who you are. So think the loving thoughts. Think the loving thoughts, which will produce the loving images, which will produce the wonderful feelings, and it will push out. It has no choice but to, but you're the only one that's deciding. You're the only one putting the story. You're the only one projecting the story in the way. There is no story outside of you. There is no story outside of what you are assuming yourself to be, with what you can see on the screen of space within yourself. What are you putting onto that screen? What are you visualizing on that screen? That is your reality. That is the true reality. It is not what's going on outside here. Okay? Remember, you cannot find your desire out here in the 3D effects, the dead 3D effects. There's life inside you. You are the life. You are the way. You are the truth. And you are the life. Your consciousness. All right. So stop. And I just want us all to stop pretending that we're stop pretending that we lack. Stop pretending that we're broke. Stop pretending that we don't have love. Stop pretending that what we want does not exist when we are the all. We're just pretending that we're not. So drop the illusion. It's not there. It's not there. All right. So, yeah, you guys, I love you so much. And I just want you guys to know that it's because you think that there's only perfect vision. There's only perfect perception as I am. There's only everything. Yes, everything exists. There's only, yes, there's fulfillment. And that's it. There's only this. There's only now. There's only fulfillment here and now available for you now. It's not putting it off till tomorrow. Don't put off for it tomorrow. Don't put off for it in the future. It's now. You want the relationship now. You want it to go the way you want it to go now. Ditch the stories, ditch the add ons of someone who is not, and just claim that you are and you have the relationship. And if you happen to have the thoughts of actually being in a relationship with a person, then think those loving thoughts of you being in a relationship. You don't have to add on to it or make a whole story about it. Just know you are fulfilled and the rest will take care of itself. All right. So, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And remember, imagination is always on your side, and I am too. Please don't forget that my birthday is Monday, and we are still going for our 1 hour phone sessions. And remember, I will put the code down below for that extra $20 off. And remember, yeah, you guys, I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.